Okay, welcome back everybody. This is my red wiggler bin. We're going to reset it and put the cocoons and the bedding into our brooder bin. So we're just going to take our time and start like this. Hello, Mika. Mika came up to say hello to everybody and hang out while we're doing this. She likes to be around people. So, as I said in my Feeding the Worms video that I previously just got done doing, we took 2 weeks in between intervals now because what I want to do is start stretching it out a little further so that I'm not in these bins so much every week. It's not that I think it really hurts them that much for doing the weekly thing. I'm just coming into a busy time of this season in a month or two, and I'm trying to prepare my system for what my schedule is going to need to be then. So we're just going to keep skimming and peel the worms off. I see worms. Come back there. For now. So we're going to give you the full, as it goes, time that we're going to do this through. We're not going to time lapse it. Nobody's really commented whether they wanted it time lapsed or not. That it was too long or too short. Or I know when I did do a time lapse, the time people said it was cool and all, but they didn't get to see much. So we're giving you the full treatment, so to speak, on what we're doing and how we're doing it. So, how's everybody's winter going? We got snow up here now. You know, we went all winter with virtually no winter, and then we got probably about 8 inches of snow last week, and it's very welcome. We need the moisture. We're very dry here. We've 3 years of drought, going on 4 and 5 in some areas. We're not going to complain about the moisture at all. So, very welcome. Everybody got their plows out and went playing snowplow guy, including me. I had to get mine going to clean my driveway out. Not a problem. Kind of enjoyed doing it for once. Alrighty. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to scooch everything over that way. And I'm going to plop this bin out into the big bucket. And just clean it up as best I can. I'm not going to get crazy about it because the actual worms are going back in there. So we're just going to start from the outside, work our way in, give everything a chance to go down. We got some pretty bright light here. These are, this is a big LED light here. And we're just going to take our time and do it. Get them. And if I have a worm in my hand, it's going where I want it. There's no use keeping throwing it back in here and moving the same worm 5 times, right? It's not that hard. We got the container there. But people can do what they want to do, right? Just keep going. So this is what's called the light extraction method. If nobody has, there's a worm I threw back in there. You can come over here. Yeah, if you watch your pile, you'll see them squirming around if they get over there. This is called the light extraction method. So between that and just basically you're picking them out. But does it matter? No. As long as they get separated, right? The light helps you. The worms go down. They get away from the light. And you peel off what you can. If you find a worm, put it in the other bin. So, pretty happy with my red wigglers. I'm happy with my ENCs too. Don't get me wrong. But my red wigglers are by far doing leaps and bounds better in this climate. The Europeans, I'm sure, will. I mean, I've got some good Europeans going too. It's just, we started with the Europeans later. I mean, give it a break. They are doing well. I guess the red wigglers are more mature in my system. I've had them the longest. We started with 250 worms back in March 2023. So all the red wigglers you see in my whole system when I'm doing the feeding the worms are from 250 worms. So with that said, I'd say they've done really well. Bunch of worms here. So haven't heard from Hunter's Worms. I haven't seen anything on his. Haven't seen any downloads or nothing from him. I really liked watching him. He had a nice system. Hope everything's okay. I guess I go in spurts as to what I watch too. Lately I've been watching other stuff other than worm videos because I watch some, don't get me wrong. But not like I was I guess after a while you kind of have seen most of them, and you catch up real quick when you go back to look. Okay, so they're not all breeders in here. Some of them are small. I did have some eggs hatch in here. Here's a worm hanging out over there. Another worm hanging out over there. So if you miss one or two, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. They'll just go into the brooder bin and be in the brooder bin. Pat's playing harmonica tune downstairs. Okay, let's let these guys play for a little bit here. I'll go put some stuff away from my feeding. You can watch them for a second or two. So, send me a like, a comment, a share, subscribe. Hit the notification button if you want to be notified when we do new videos. Yeah, you know, all that wonderful YouTube stuff. Okay. Down there. Let's give them a little flip. Look at that. See? Put them in with the other guys. They're pretty efficient on that. Alright. So, we're going to put these in this. Just set this off to the side for right now. This is my new brooder bin. And we're just going to add these to it. And I don't see too many baby worms in here. Okay, so that, we'll do that, and that, and that, and that. And we're going to cover them back up. And that's it for that part of it. And now we're going to reset this much. Alrighty. There. We're going to watch them go down. Just set them right there. They should dive in. Get away from the light. And that's going to be that. When they do, we'll be done. You know, it's better to let them go down than it is to cover them, I think. For the reason that if they go down on their own, they seem to not go wandering and settle in, I guess, better. So I usually try to let them make their own way down. You watch them while I mix up some new bedding so I can start my churn. Anybody has any comments that they want to send me about anything along the way with your questions, or if you've got just think that I'm doing it right or wrong, or whether you think I'm doing it right or wrong, it really doesn't matter to me, I guess. Like I've said a few times along the way, you do you, I'll do me. I know there's people out there doing things differently. There's guys doing worm chow, and there's so on and so forth. I'm not doing worm chow. It completely is not in the concept of what I want to do. It's not in the context at all of what I'm trying to do. So you won't catch me doing worm chow. I'm sorry if people think I'm crazy. Not going to happen. I am trying to operate my worm farm on recycled, regenerative practices to see if I can make my amendments out of stuff that is basically unwanted, unneeded, and usually thrown in a landfill. And here's a hint, guys, there may be a business model coming out of this in the future, but not now. Got enough on my plate right now. And maybe that'll change in the future where something else comes down the pipe. So as you can see, these guys are going down. Just give them a little rub and get them stimulated to disappear, because they don't like being rubbed. And now we're going to give them some food. Let's just find a small piece of pumpkin. And cover it up. And a grape or two. So what that does is it gets your food zone activated again, and they want to go to the food. And then they have their little party, kind of like running a singles bar for worms. You want them to get mingling and doing their thing and having a party and having a good time. Because when they have a good time, they produce you more worms. Okay, so as you can see, they're taking their time. Red wigglers are a little bit more chilled than the ENCs. They seem to be able to spend more time in the light and not be so agitated. ENCs, when you do this on the reset, they dive a lot faster. And yeah, like, you know, these guys almost take some stimulation to get their butts in gear. It's not that there's anything wrong with them. They're just a more docile worm. So we've got people from the UK, Australia. I'm not sure if the New Zealand is under the same. I know they're a different country. I'm just when it comes to how YouTube. I'm sure they must have their own address. I guess they would not be included in Australia's address. They're completely different countries. And we've got people from Eastern Europe, Korea, Philippines, USA, Canada, not sure about Mexico. And I do believe we had one from South America. So we got a really broad spectrum of people that are subscribed to our channel. And those are just the ones that answer me where they're at. There's some that don't answer. They just want to remain under the radar, and that's fine. It's okay. If you like what we're doing, give us a like, a subscribe, share, comment. Really, if you want, comment to where you're from, and if you got worms, or if you're just observing what we're doing and watching and learning to see if you want to do it, or if you just like watching it. I mean, that's cool. Okay, they're almost down. I am going to give them a cover up, and we're going to call this a video. Have a great one. That is resetting the Red Wigglers, February 15th, 2024. Have a great day.